Well, greetings, everybody, on this fine day. Today is Thursday, November 18th, and good to be with you all. Here's just a few minutes right now, a few minutes before 9 o'clock, and thank you all for being a part here. And then those watching later in the day, thank you so much as well. We're going to be in Proverbs chapter number 6. Proverbs chapter number 6. We had a good night last night at church, and always good to be in the Lord's house. Enjoyed the uh, greeting everybody and seeing the young people and preaching and teaching the Word of God, and just so thankful for the opportunity to preach the Word of God and to teach it. We're going to be in Proverbs chapter 6, as I've already mentioned. Once again, thank you so much for being on this morning, and look forward to what God has for us. Proverbs chapter 6, if you would, join me in verse number 1. Once again, we see the introduction, my son. And so, once again, this is a teaching moment. This is taught in the home, taught by mom, by dad, and these life lessons. It's so important, parents, your role in your child's life, and it's important that you be the teacher that you need to be. And a lot of parents, they have this desire in our world today, have this desire to be their child's friend. And there is a time and there's a place to be their friend, but you are their parent. And you need to parent and you need to take that role seriously. And you need to be proactive in that parenting and teaching and in training your young person. Even as we've looked in recent days at the importance of morality in the life of the Christian, of the believer, and guarding your relationships, specifically your marriage relationships. And so, very important. That's taught in the home. Now, look with me, chapter 6. Now, once again, we see, my son, if thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with the stranger, get this now, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth. Thou art taken with the words of thy mouth. Um, this idea here, if thou art be surety for a stranger, if you strike up a bargain, strike up a deal, and this might be for us today, might be if you co-sign for a loan or something like that, and surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with a stranger, look at the results. Thou art snared with the words of thy mouth, thou art taken with the words of thy mouth. Listen, anytime you get financially involved with an individual, it puts a strain on that relationship. And you think, even with that friendship, yeah, I'll loan you some money. And then that money never gets paid back. What happens? Well, we get upset, we get angry, we're disappointed in the individual, and sometimes we lose those relationships because we've loaned money out or we've been that co-signer and so on. And so I want to encourage you, think twice before you strike up a bargain with somebody in regards to a loan, in regards to co-signing for somebody, because it is almost a surefire guarantee to losing that relationship. Here's a good general rule of practice. If you're going to loan somebody some money, uh, I would go in it with this intent, with this desire. Just say, "Hey, here you can have the money, no strings attached." And don't ever look to be paid back. Just give it to them as a gift and leave it at that. That way your relationship will not be tarnished. It will not be ruined because of the financial aspect that has come into that relationship. Be careful, be leery about being surety, as the Bible calls it here, for a stranger. And then look at verse number 3. We see now, for the situation where somebody has become surety, they have made this deal. Verse number 3: do this now, my son, and deliver thyself when thou art come into the hand of thy friend. Go, humble thyself, and make sure thy friend, and plead with them. Hey, let's get out of the deal if you can, and deliver yourself from it. for the sake of the relationship, whether it means that you take a loss on things, say, hey, I can't be doing this because I value our relationship too much. Look at kind of, if we can, we'll look at maybe just two more verses, but look at verse number 4 as we think about this. Give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids. Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler. Listen, you think about the hunter, you think about these individuals who catch their prey, catch birds in a trap and a snare and snow and so on. That's what these deals do to people. They entrap us, they enslave us, and then they change us. They change our relationships. And so be very careful about that. And we look here at the immediacy into which we are to get out of these deals. It says, give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids. Hey, don't ruin a relationship because of the finances that are in between it. And so be very careful about loaning out money. Just, you know what, if God has blessed you in that way, just give the money if you are able, and if the Lord leads you in that way. Or you just tell an individual, you know what, I value our relationship so much that I don't want money to get in between us. And so and just say, hey, you know, the Bible warns against this, and I value our relationship. And so I think it'd be best if I did not loan you the money or did not co-sign, whatever it might be. And because I value this relationship, it's so important. And as I said, if you feel led to give the money, just give it away, not expecting anything in return. Maintain that right relationship with people. I was talking even yesterday at church, and just kind of reviewing kind of chapter number 5 here with somebody. And they had mentioned, and it was Pastor Barnett, and they had mentioned, one of the great, he said there are two things that ruin marriages, the two most common things that ruin marriages. And one was that of the strange woman, that of immorality, and then the other being of finances. And we're looking into finances here even today in chapter number 6. And so finances, they aren't everything in this life. They're important, but it's not everything. Money is not everything. Relationships are so much more important than any money that we can get on this earth, any possessions that we can have. And so let's look to foster and build great relationships. Don't allow money to impact your relationships, and don't allow money to get in between you and the relationship with somebody else. I think about this, and with this we'll close. The prodigal son mentioned in the New Testament, you remember him, and how he had asked for his inheritance and wanted the money that he was going to get after his father passed. So his dad gave it to him. It was amazing. Because of the money he had relationships. But once that money dried up, he did not have those relationships. And so he did not have right relationships. Listen, if people are around you just because you're money, those are not relationships that are good. And if you are have people in your life just because of what, and relationships in your life, relationships just in your life, just for what you can get out of it, those are not healthy relationships. A relationship is built upon trust. It's built upon what you put into that, what you invest in that relationship. And you're not buying relationships. People should desire that relationship with you because of who you are, not because of what you have. Okay. And as we think about this thought, surety for a stranger, be very leery, be very careful about the money and exchanging of money in your relationships. And you want a quick way to lose a friend? Involve money in it and loan some money out. That's a quick way to lose a friend. And it's a quick way to become bitter and to become angry. So be very careful about that. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave you those thoughts for the day. And from Proverbs chapter number 6, we'll continue with verse number 6 tomorrow, where it tells us, go to the ant, thou sluggard. And so we'll begin there even tomorrow. Okay. Let me give a few shout outs and I'll let you go. Good morning, Ingrid. Thank you for watching and being on. Cliff and Karen, thank you for being on this morning as well. Sherry, greetings to you in California. Good morning. Phil and Carol, good morning to you. And those Christmas lights, I saw them last night on Facebook. They are looking good. and getting into that Christmas season, Christmas spirit, and those Christmas lights look great. Gene, thank you so much for being on. Have a wonderful day. Jody, good morning to you. And then Brian and Cindy, have just a wonderful day. And then those of you who are watching later on the day, be sure, like, share, comment. I would encourage all of you who are watching live to do the same, like, share, and comment. And once again, so good to see you and be with you this morning. All right. Have a wonderful day today. Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. And enjoy. If you're in northern Michigan, there's supposed to be some snow coming. There was even some flurries out this morning. And enjoy the precious snow that is to be coming this afternoon. Have a great day.